They're constantly monitored by facial recognition cameras that are able to instantly put a face to a name. Now, the Chinese are also ranked, given a mark out of a possible 950 points. A score in the 700s is considered good. Around the 500 mark is not. For now, the number is a sort of bank credit rating, keeping track of everyone's spending habits.
I think being ranked is a good thing. A society has to have rules.
It forces us to be well-behaved.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that here. We're used to it, and anyway, we don't have a choice.
But in an effort to keep all of its subjects in line, Beijing is taking the system a step further in 2020. It's aggregating data gathered by banks, private companies, and the state to rate if someone's a good or bad citizen.
By using the most data possible, the so-called big data, the system will play an important role in rebuilding a moral society.
The state will go over every detail of a person's life with a fine-tooth comb. Their financial situation, spending habits, career, even behavior on social media. Criticizing the government online or displaying outward signs of wealth is a no-no. On the other hand, praising the party or giving blood increases your social credit. Journalist Liu Hu. He got a little too close to uncovering corruption among high-profile party members. After being sued for defamation by the subject of a story he'd written, he was blacklisted. He only realized when he tried to buy a train ticket and was told he was banned from traveling.
That tells me I'm still on the blacklist.
Punished because he's been branded untrustworthy by the state.
Once you're blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan, start a business, buy an apartment, or even send your children to a private school.
In theory, everything can be taken into account in the social score, even the most innocuous errands like supermarket shopping. When Xiaowen Wang makes an electronic payment, her purchases tell the state a lot about her. Buying cigarettes would count against her. On the other hand, nappies show she's an attentive mother. Beer could indicate alcoholism. She'd be better off buying water. In this pilot city of 8 million people, there are only 18,000 model citizens. For Xiaowen Wang, there are perks to be had, such as paying half price for the bus.
I get discounts for all public services, even at museums. And the library is free for me, thanks to my score.
A good score brings benefits, but people with low scores lose rights. The cinema names and shames people considered untrustworthy, plastering their details, even their addresses, across big screens.
It's a hashtag game, you know, like Death 2, you insert the name of someone who's been an arsehole.
And it looks like the first real use of the hashtag was last weekend.
By who?
Check out the sender's avatar photos.
Aim of consequences. 1. Pick a target.
Oh my god.
2. Post their name and photo with hashtag Death2. 3. Most popular target will be eliminated after 5 p.m. each day.
It's a matter of principle. Those people have to be condemned.
Those people aren't honest, so they have to pay the price.
It's only right to pay your debts. You have to blacklist those that don't.
The Supreme Court has created a blacklist for so-called bad citizens, those whose ratings have dropped to 0. On it are companies, but also 23 million people to date. Yu Hu is among a tiny minority of people who have dared to criticize the system, which some are calling a digital dictatorship.
I worry, because I think many people like me will be deprived of individual freedoms, and all of us will live with restrictions of one kind or another.
Could you just rewind me the last 24 hours? Quad speed there for me, please.
You want a cookie with that?
If you want a vision of the future, look at China today. A system that is invasive, a system that eliminates freedom of thought. You are blacklisted from society for challenging corruption. This is what the new world order will look like. This will eventually be The new normal.
Paul's invited so many, I don't want to call them big deals, but they're all like 4.7 or above.
That's reserved for members of our Prime Flight program. You gotta be a 4.2 or over to qualify.
Oh, I'm a 4.2.
I'm afraid you're actually a 4.183. There's just nothing I can do.
Christ, I mean, surely.
I'm gonna have to ask you to moderate your language then.
I'm maid of honor. I cannot miss this wedding.
And I am so sorry about that.
Can you call the supervisor?
I cannot do that.
Can you just call the supervisor?
I cannot do that.
Call the fucking supervisor.
Okay, that's profanity. We're zero tolerance on profanity.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. I was not intimidating.
Don't speak, ma'am.
I was just trying to...
In order to restore calm, I'm invoking my authority as airport security to dock you 1 full ranking point as a punitive measure. This is a temporary measure. We recommend you avoid negative feedback at this time.
I'm on double damage.
Please, remove yourself from the airport immediately.
Somewhere around the world, it's working.
Right.
If you got a problem, you will find a solution, but you've got to be prepared to be open to new thinking and ideas. You've got to get people who've got real experience of delivering things alongside you in government, and you've got to realize that government isn't just about sitting there with a manifesto and saying, here's what we should do. It's about executive capability.
Yeah.
And so that's really, what we work on, and we work in many different aspects of it. And, I am passionate about this because I think if you could learn the lessons of governance and apply them in developing countries, you can accelerate the process of development, in an extraordinary way.